Hey, hello, how are you? Hope you are doing great. If you are ever in the Mena, Arkansas area, that's over on the Middle West area of Arkansas, I think you should visit the Lawry Auto Museum, a small museum located at Richie's Discount Auto Glass, where old cars are displayed and sold. The museum was open to the public in December 2025, showing off a good collection of cool classics that you can gaze upon at your leisure and for free. Recently, the museum experienced a disaster. Back in January 2026, there was a huge ice storm in Mena, Arkansas. As a result, there was just way too much ice everywhere. A 30 by 50 foot building, well, it collapsed under the weight of all that ice accumulation. Inside that building was a 1957 Nash Metropolitan and a 1926 Oakland. For this story, I have three basic chapters. First off, the auto glass shop, Richie's Discount Auto Glass. Secondly, the museum, and it being the Lawry Auto Museum. Gonna look at that some. And finally, the destruction. What was the result of the damage of this building? So, let's get into it. This story begins with the background of the museum. The Lawry Auto Museum is located at Richie's Discount Auto Glass, which is a full-service auto glass repair facility. Richie has over 40 years of experience in the auto glass repair industry, providing quality work at reasonable prices. The auto glass business is where the car museum got its start. I have links of the shop, museum, and much more in the description below. The desire for collecting classic cars and their sales began with Richie's father, Bob Lawry. Many moons ago, during the 1960s and 70s in Colorado, Bob Lawry had the Tri-Town Service auto glass business. Richie took over that Colorado business in 1979 while his dad moved to Mena, Arkansas, which is where Richie's dad started Lawry's Used Cars. In 1981, Richie moved the auto glass business to Mena, Arkansas, and teamed back up with his dad. Richie's Discount Auto Glass opened in April 1981 alongside of and at the same facility as his dad's used car business, Lawry's Used Cars. Richie has remained at the same location ever since, a solid 45 years, and still in business today. While Richie was fixing auto glass, he had also found time to work with his dad acquiring and selling old vintage cars. Eventually, in the early 2000s, Bob Lawry handed over the keys to the used car business to Richie. Lawry's Used Cars has continued to specialize in the sales of vintage classic cars. Currently, Richie has help from wonderful co-workers like Kenny, of whom gave me a great tour of the museum and the cars earlier this year. As I mentioned before, the museum was formally established in December 2025. Everyone is welcome to visit the museum between 8 a.m. 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and it is free. Are all of the cars at the museum for sale? Well, theoretically, yes. I say that because some are very sentimental to Richie, so I make no promises on the sales. I did a walkthrough of the current lineup of cars in early February 2026. I met Kenny, nice guy. He gave me a very good tour of the cars, the facility, and described the basic idea behind future plans. Of course, the museum will house a rotation of classics. Restorations of the cars are being done at the museum and elsewhere. I enjoy seeing these classic beauties getting worked on at the museum because I get a very close look at the details of what is being worked on. I sat in a few of the cars of my choosing to really get a feel of the fine old classics.
Ready.
That's it. I didn't touch the gas.
Man, it purrs. Absolutely purrs. Wow. Let me hear it from the back a little bit. One more, just, there you go. There you go.
Here is a partial list of the current classic car lineup, a little information and asking prices as well. They have the 1926 Model T Doctor's Coupe, $8,500. The 1926 Oakland 4-door, which was originally $5,000, no title. The 1980 Shea Model A Roadster, maroon. It was a new car sold at Ford dealerships in the 1980s. Approximately 10,000 of these were built, and it is priced at $14,000. There's the 1930 Model A Roadster truck, $17,500. 1930 Ford DeSoto Airflow, $18,000. No title on that. The 1939 Lincoln Zephyr, obviously green. It was Bob Lawry's favorite car. Asking price $19,500. 1940 Buick Series 80 Limited Limousine. It has been in the family for over 20 years. Asking $19,900 for that. A 1940 Chrysler New Yorker convertible. 1940 Plymouth Deluxe 4-door. Asking $11,900. One of Richie's favorite cars. He just enjoys the look of the car, period. That's it. 1941 Buick 40 4-door. There are two of these at the location, one for $17,000 and the other for $4,500. A 1947 Lincoln Continental Coupe, asking $4,500, and there is no title. A 1952 Ford Crestline Victoria 2-door hardtop, also known as a shoebox or a Crown Vic, asking $12,500 for that. There's no title. A 1952 Kaiser Manhattan 4-door, asking $2,500. It was customized by Bob Lawry. A 1957 Nash Metropolitan convertible. Well, they were asking $17,000 for that. Don't know now. As for other cars around the lot or hidden away elsewhere, here is a list of some of them. A 1948 Lincoln Continental Coupe, a 1950 Studebaker El Camino pickup, a 1950 Chevrolet 2-door coupe, a 1952 Studebaker Champion 4-door, a 1953 Studebaker Champion 2-door, 1956 Packard Clipper 4-door, 1959 Rambler American 2-door, 1967 Chevrolet Nova, a 1977 Mercury Grand Marquis, and a 1983 Ford F-150. One of Richie's favorite cars, having a lot of sentimental value, is the custom El Camino with a 1950 Studebaker bullet nose front end. Richie's dad did the customization. Another of his dad's favorite cars was the green 1939 Lincoln Zephyr, giving it a lot of sentimental value to Richie. Cars are not the only attraction at the museum. The plans are to add a toy vehicles display in part of another building. Still pretty much a raw, ongoing process at the moment. Should be fun, especially for enthusiasts with kids tagging along. They are also turning a bay in the windshield warehouse into a display area for a lot of the parts that were in the damaged building. A good way to preserve and share cool old car stuff. And now for the bad part of this video. While the business had been struck by a natural disaster before, such as a nearby fire crossing into the property way back in 2007, well, Mother Nature struck again. Mena, Arkansas was hit by a historically severe winter storm and large ice accumulation between January 23 through 27, 2026, causing power outages and structural collapses all around the area. Richie's 30 by 50 foot metal building was one such victim. The damage as seen just after it occurred was significant. A total loss of the building. From Richie's point of view, this was absolutely devastating. In February 2026, I got my first look at the destruction of the building across from the museum and glass repair shop. It was packed with a lot of valuable items, including the 1957 Nash Metropolitan and the 1926 Oakland. Very sad indeed. The 1957 Nash got hit in the back across the trunk, quarter to quarter. Really deep impact. If you can say lucky, the Nash was stored up front where it got less damage than what it could have. It was in extremely good condition beforehand. It had been on display in the museum before and used in parades as well, seemingly in perfect shape. I didn't inspect the repair too closely, but Richie told me there was a bit of Bondo work on it, and they had left a small dent in the right rear quarter. The 1926 Oakland got hit much worse. Being that it was close to the middle area of the building, it got hit hard. It too was in good condition previously. It did need some work, but essentially a really good car. Richie had been working on it off and on for quite a while. Well, the cow got absolutely smashed, mainly on the driver's side, but still a terrible hit. It also got hit and took a large amount of weight right across the roof, up front and in the middle portions. The weight of the building's roof put enough force on the Oakland to warp the frame, door jambs, and roof, of course. This has caused the doors to pop out, and you can see the rear driver's side door also has damage to the bottom of it. No repairs have been made on the Oakland as of this time, but I do hope it goes well. So, what are the plans for the destroyed building's old space? They're going to bring in gravel and turn that area into a parking lot, giving more room for customer parking up front. Richie, thinking more of others than himself, would like you to know. He told me to tell you we love visiting with anyone with an interest in old cars, and we will give you a Bob Lawry Auto Museum music CD to our visitors as well. I think that's really nice, and it shows that he really is a good, kind guy and wants you to come out and visit the museum. So I have a link below for the music CD, as well as all the other good information that I have in this video. Richie would also like you to know that while he might be really busy doing some of his work, if Kenny is around, Kenny will certainly take you all through the cars, show you everything that he can, and answer all of your questions. So pull in, see the guys, and then enjoy yourself. Even if you don't get a great grand tour, just walk around, look in the cars, and poke at your leisure. And remember, it's free. Hey, you know, for me, I have enjoyed all of the 3, 4, 5, however many visits I've had to the Bob Lawry Auto Museum. They have always been a pleasure. And I hope you found this video to be a pleasure. So hit that like button and subscribe down below. I got all kinds of weird content like this. And with that, please relax. Take it easy. Be a motoring fanatic on your road Odyssey, and I will see you later. Bye.